o'clock on this Monday, May 5th. Thanks for joining us on Arc Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We have a full, fun-filled 2 hours to get through, so let's run down what we have brewing for you this Monday morning.
Coming up this morning, we're getting a look into the mystery behind Describe the Night. We're going to be joined by some of the cast members involved in this epic thriller from Out of Pocket Productions.
We are, and then later, the Inner Loop blog is bringing the heat and the humiliation. We are previewing their upcoming roast battle to see which comedian will be crowned the champ.
Are you going to ask them to roast you?
Listen, I would be honored to be on that blog being roasted. I would.
They'll probably fulfill the wish.
Yeah,
I imagine.
fingers crossed.
And then later on this morning, we're having double the fun. We're celebrating Cinco de Mayo and National Caricature Day. We'll be raising our glasses and having a caricature artist join us live in studio.
Yeah, get ready to pose for that sketch.
Oh, gosh.
Absolutely. Come on, Abigail.
No, it's going to be fun.
Gotta have some fun.
It's going to be fun.
Before all of that, we do want to get a check of some of our top local headlines. Stephanie Joseph has your Monday morning news break.
Well, good morning there, guys. We do begin with an update expected today in connection to the death of Rochester area native Robert Brooks. Now, he was pronounced dead in December after he was beaten by several staff members at Marcy Correctional Facility in Oneida County. Last week, all 10 former corrections officers involved in Brooks's death were given extra time to consider plea deals. They are all scheduled to appear in court later this month with their decisions. Now, if they do not accept a plea deal, they'll begin pretrial in June. No one was hurt after a driver and her child came under gunfire on the city's northwest side. Now, it happened just after 4 yesterday afternoon on Obb Street in the Lyolotis neighborhood. Police say a 27-year-old woman was driving with her 3-year-old daughter when someone in another car allegedly fired shots at their vehicle, causing it to crash. The car was not hit by gunfire and no one was hurt. Investigators believe this was a targeted attack. Anyone with information should call 911. State police need your help finding a missing Irondequoit man who may be in need of medical attention. Take a look here at your screen. This is 62-year-old Gunther Powers. We're told he was last seen Saturday near Browers Road and was wearing a black sweatshirt and black pants. State police say he has dementia and may need medical help. Anyone with information should call 911 or the Irondequoit Police Department. That number on your screen, 336-6000. The Red Cross is now assisting after a family was forced from its home following a weekend fire in western Monroe County. Crews say it broke out around 7:30 yesterday morning on Roman Circle in the town of Clarkson. Authorities say no one inside, including 2 children, were injured. The house is considered a total loss, and a neighboring home was also damaged by the flames. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. For all these top stories and any updates, be sure to visit 13wham.com. Back to you.
All right, Steph, thanks. Let's get a check of the forecast now. It is going to be a pretty damp day out there and kind of gloomy, too.
Yeah, bleak. Is what the forecast is. Marty Snyder joining us now with what we can expect, and it's probably no breaks of sunshine. Am I right?
Not too many. Yeah, if we see a couple, it's going to be deeper into the day. Right now, it's a cloud cover that's actually dropping down across the area. As we take a look at the time lapse from the Wham cam, you can see at least earlier in the day, this is a little after 6, we were seeing at least a little bit of a view of the city there. But as time went on, that cloud bank just dropped down just very, very gradually. And there you go. You just gradually lose the view of downtown Rochester. And that's pretty much where we are right now. But you have to keep in mind, that's a view from way up on a tower on Pinnacle Hill, not representative of what's happening down at the surface close to Rochester, but at least some areas of the south seeing some fog. Temperatures today mainly in the 50s to start. We'll be in the 60s for highs today, and then longer term, still at least that cloud cover, shower activity, still stay a little bit stubborn over the next couple days. Not a constant rain, but at least some showers during both of those days. The risk of rain backs off just a little on Wednesday, but it's still there. As we head into Thursday, a little cooler, 58 then, and then as we head towards Friday and the upcoming weekend, at least a little more sunshine gradually works in through that time frame. So again, it's going to take some time. We're pretty much stuck with this pattern for at least another couple days, and mostly in the 60s for highs for the next couple afternoons, guys.
I like the 60s.
Yeah, I like the 60s too. 60s and sunny would be better if it were just that across the board, but I think we can deal with a couple of rainy days for the payoff.
I think you're
long-term.
right. I think you're right.
I just
Thank
need
you,
to get
sir.
my lawn mowed. That's my thing. I couldn't get it mowed this weekend. I'm getting way far behind on that. So
Listen, we had a couple of nice days last week, and I think you kept on kicking the can.
Yeah, but those were lacrosse games, and that was
He's a
family
busy
time.
guy.
That's fair.
There's no
That's
time
fair.
left.
You know,
That's-
I don't hear you volunteering to go over and help Marty mow his
Nope,
lawn.
you don't. Sorry, my friend.
Thank you, Abby.
Well, listen, can I ride the tractor?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, come on out.
It's a riding lawnmower?
Yes, it is now. Yeah, I have my one real tractor is in for service. It's a riding lawnmower that's in service right now that we have. I'm borrowing it from my dad for a little bit while mine's being worked on.
Quickly, my parents were on vacation once, and my father asked me if I would go there and cut the grass. He didn't do it before they left, so I go there, and I use the riding lawnmower, and I did the entire thing, and I was like, well, the grass looks nice, but it doesn't look much shorter. Didn't realize you had to put the blade down.
Mike, you just drove over it.
Did the front and back, and then had to do the front and back again.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Doing circles.
A little embarrassing. All right, thank you, sir.
Sure.
All right, let's go off the top now. We'll start with stories that have piqued our interest this Monday morning. I will kick things off. It is not every day that you witness a friendship that defies the laws of physics. But that is exactly what happened when
With you and I?
with the world's tallest and smallest living dogs meeting face to face. You are not even going to believe these photos from their get-together. A gentle giant and a tiny little ball of energy. Take a look at these guys.
I knew it. I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do
It's a joke that doesn't get old.
It is
and
funny. It is
only
funny.
because so many people comment about how tall I am and how much bigger I look
That's
than you.
the photo right there. We have
Yeah.
it framed and on set.
Yeah, it's that was from my second day here. Okay, but I
is.
do actually have this story to share. Okay, so these dogs, I should say, are just adorable. Do we actually have the picture, Ashley? Yeah, there we go.
There
All
it
right,
is.
so on one end we have Reginald, a 7-year-old Great Dane, who stands at 3 feet 3 inches tall. Pretty much the size of a small horse. There he is. On the other hand, we have Pearl, a 4-year-old Chihuahua from Florida, who barely reaches 3.5 inches.
Look at how he sits.
I know. She fits in a teacup. Literally, how perfect is that? The two couldn't be more different in stature, but when the Guinness World Records brought them together for a play date, this adorable interaction unfolded. Tail wags, gentle sniffs, some cautious curiosity, and the beginning of an unlikely friendship. Pearl's owner says she was stunned when Pearl took home the record, but even more surprising is how her pint-sized diva hit it off with the gentle giant. Pearl's owner says she was nervous at first, but Reggie's so friendly it really ended up being a match made in heaven. Reggie's owner wasn't sure what to expect either. The towering Dane is friendly, but typically prefers people over dogs. His owner saying, quote, he likes people a little, oh yeah, I forgot to get rid of that, whoops. And Reggie may not have met anyone quite as tiny as Pearl before, so he was a little worried that Pearl might get squashed.
Stepped on.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, he was very careful, took good care of his new little friend. That awareness might come naturally for Reggie. Even as a puppy, he stood taller than a full-grown Great Dane. And like Pearl, he comes with a larger-than-life personality. His owner says he's high-maintenance, mischievous, and isn't afraid to tell you what he wants. Pearl, too, is a diva in her own way. Her owner says she even chooses her outfits every day by placing her paw on the clothes that she likes. There was apparently a little toy jealousy and some mild competition over who got the better bed during this play date, but by the end of the time, they settled into a very surprising rhythm. While their record-breaking sizes may have brought them together, it's their personalities that made the connection stick. Proof that friendship really isn't about how big or small you are. Sometimes it just takes a wag of the tail and a shared love of the camera. Just like you and I.
Like you and I. Okay, when they both were, fighting over toys, what kind of toys do you get for that little thing?
You know, I don't know. All I know is my dog Jay is
Like a
pretty big.
dust bunny.
My dog Jay is big, and she loves the cat toys because they're little. And she likes to I think, carry them around like they're her babies. But, they're Dexter's toys. Dexter's the cat. So I don't know. I feel like maybe that was what was going on. Reggie wanted the little toys, and Pearl was like, "Hey, man."
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah. Cute.
I'm
though,
the little.
right?
That's great. I love
You
this.
are the little teacup chihuahua.
I mean, look at me.
You're adorable. Fit in my hand.
All right, we got to turn to a different story. For my off the top, you never know what you're going to get out there. And I never thought I would have to say this out loud. But here it goes. Please don't poo on someone's car. But here we are. A woman in Pennsylvania was just arrested after a road rage incident where, I kid you not, she got out of her car and defecated on another driver's hood. She skipped the yelling, she skipped the horn, went straight to that. And look, I don't know what was going on in her life that day, but it's a reminder of just how wild people can in fact be, how weird they can act when they get behind the wheel. And let's be honest, road rage is real, but if someone cuts you off, if someone's going a little bit slowly, if somebody forgets to signal, this is not a reason to lose your mind. Because if that's the biggest problem in your day, you're actually, I think, having a pretty good day. And I know it's very easy to get mad in those situations. It's easy to yell at a stranger you'll never see again. But what does it get you? What do you get out of it? What benefit is there to spending all that energy mad at a bad driver? None. And there's the thing. You don't know what other people are going through, what they're dealing with. Maybe they just got fired. Maybe they just left the hospital. Maybe they just got a call someone they love has died. I'm not saying bad driving is okay, but sometimes people are just hanging on. And if the worst thing they do today is drive a little slow, maybe the best thing you can do is just let them. So take a breath. Let them be a bad driver. If they're really driving dangerously, call the cops, report it to the authorities, but otherwise let it go. Because when you match crazy with crazy, Abigail, nobody wins. Be a civilized person, be a sane person, and most importantly, be a person who gets home safely.
Do you remember on Friday when I was like, let me know if you're going to start preaching so that I can pick a topic that's also like kind and yeah, today would have been a good day because I picked a light one because I thought you were going to, you know.
I think that's a perfect story.
Okay. I agree with you though. Road rage it's unnecessary.
Totally unnecessary.
The only time I get mad is if people are like way too aggressive to me. And then I'm like,
yeah.
hey man,
yeah.
back off.
Well, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
You're not, flipping them off,
Yeah.
giving them the
If
bird,
somebody's driving slow, like, okay.
yelling profanities at
just
them.
go around you.
Exactly.
I'm an efficient driver, as we know.
Oh, yes, you are. Tiger marks in the parking lot to prove it.
Stop saying that. You drive the car so often. You drive it every day, several times a day, however many hours, and you forget that it's a massive piece of machinery. And, it's dangerous.
It absolutely
to be using
is.
it in a way that's aggressive.
And again, you never know what the other person is going through
Yeah.
or what the other person is capable of on the opposite end.
Yeah.
So just relax.
Yep.
Get there in one
gets
piece.
gross.
It does.
It gets gross.
It does. Hey, stick around. When we come back, we're checking in with Chris Lopez, who is live with the Pirate Toy Fund as they get ready for a very special event.
And don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. Stream us live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're back after this.
The Pirate Toy Fund supplies new toys to children year-round throughout the greater Rochester region.
Yeah, it does so by finding different ways to raise money. And today, it is raffling off a brand new Corvette.
Beep, beep.
Yeah. For more details on how to win, we go live to Chris Lopez, who's at Van Bortle Chevrolet. Chris, honestly, Dan and I are so jealous that we can't win this thing.
Guys, listen to this.
Wow, listen to that kitten purr.
Woo! 2.6, I believe 2.6 seconds to get to 60 miles per hour. It's a max speed of 195. If you want to take it that far, go ahead. It's yours if you win this bad boy. 1 in 3,000 chance if you just purchase one raffle ticket. That's going to cost you about $100. Now, when you win this bad boy in here, yes, it comes with Mr. Bear. This seat in here feels really like a spaceship, I'll say. Very fitted to me, despite me never being in this before. I feel like the seat is just made for me. You have all of the gadgets, the gizmos all along here, you know, and I'd be remiss, it comes with dual doors, okay? Dual doors, quad wheels, all standard here in this Corvette. Let's turn this off. Some of that. And then, oh no, not again. I'm having a flashback. Let's unlock the door. Otto, I may need help getting out of this bad boy. Help me out here.
Man's coming.
So, when you get out of this car, it's pretty low to the ground. Thank you, Matt. It does come with... It comes with valet here. You will get out a lot better than I can. Otto, does that ever happen to you?
Dude, no, but you make it fun, dude. You make it hilarious. But good job, by the way.
Thank you.
I can see when you do the rest of the week in the Corvette. Are you going to do all your newscasts? or what?
No. That shouldn't happen again. Flashback to the car show. That's neither here nor there. How does someone not do exactly what I did, but win the Corvette?
Call the Pirate Toy Fund office, 585-271-5519. You have 1 in 3,000 chance to win this car. If we only sell 2,000 tickets, you got 1 in 2,000 chance.
Okay. And for those who have never heard of the Pirate Toy Fund or just vaguely familiar, you guys, rack up the $300,000. You sell everything out. Where does that money go to?
Part of it goes to pay for the car, but the rest of it goes to help us help the kids in Rochester.
And you guys are year-round. I believe you're the only nonprofit that supplies kids with brand new toys year-round. So a lot of people see the week-long that I'm with you guys this year, we'll say, and they think that's about it. And then you go home until the next year. But you guys are constantly throwing on cool events just like this, the raffle for this new Corvette. What else you guys got going on?
We have a lot going on. This weekend, if you want to come out to the toy show at Tim Hortons Iceplex, we're going to have a booth there setting up, selling tickets. Our golf tournament's June 16th. We still have some openings in the morning. We're looking to put together a kids concert in September to say thank you to Rochester. All you have to do is bring a toy. That's your admission. And then we also have our 30-year gala. That's where we're going to be drawing the ticket for this Corvette on October 4th. So a lot going on. And of course, our toy drive, and hopefully you'll be there with us
I will
again.
be there.
But it's all about saying thank you to Rochester. We couldn't do it without them. And Kitty Van Bortle. I'll tell you what, that woman's got a heart of gold. She would have been here, but she's out of town. But you'll be hearing from her in the near future. But again, with her, it's amazing the things we can do together for this community.
And you're like the mastermind behind all of these cool ideas here. It's the second time you've ever raffled off a car. You were trying to do a snowball event, which would have been great this year.
So close.
Got a carousel, golf tournaments. Where do you come up with these ideas, and how do you kind of constantly reinvent the wheel to keep everything fresh?
I like to take all the credit. I'm just a pretty face, okay? But a lot of it, we have board members who are all volunteers who all have heart. And they all come up with ideas along the way. Sometimes we implement them. A lot of mine get shot down, but I keep coming up with them. And this was one of them. And again, we partnered with Katie, and we made it happen. So we can't wait to see how the outcome comes. We really are. We're excited about it.
And when is someone going to receive this Corvette? They buy a ticket. Let's say they buy a ticket today. They call in, grab a ticket or 2 tickets. When are they going to get this bad boy?
October 4th is our drawing. You don't have to be present to win, but keep your phone on, because when we draw it, Dave Simonetti will be calling from our event to let you know that you won this Corvette.
And no conflicts of interest at all. You can't buy a ticket and go ahead and enter yourself to win. No one at 13 Wham can buy any of the tickets, or you can buy a ticket. You just can't win the Corvette, essentially, right?
That's correct, right. If you want to donate, God bless you. Thank you for that. But yeah, there's some rules we got in place, and the Bonadillo Group's helping us. 13 Wham, as you know, is helping us. So there's a lot of people in this community that give back. You know, that's the stuff you don't hear all the time, but we're looking forward to this right now. We really are.
And guys, got to show you something. Next up, I'm going to be talking to a special young lady here. What the heck? You bought a ticket? You already won this thing? This is Eliana. We're going to be talking to her coming up at 8:40. She has a great story. It's coming up next. 20 minutes or so. Stay tuned with us.
I think she might be a little too young to drive, but not too young to own a car.
Very true.
Why not?
Not exactly. Not too young to win this bad boy, though.
Very true.
She looks good there.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Hey, when we come back, meteorologist Mark McLean will be here for a check at our Monday forecast and our Monday weather trivia.
We're back after this. Yeah, 6 minutes early.
Ashley, how long do we have to make this block?
Listen, I say we sit here and shoot the blank for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Fill this time. And we're right on schedule.
That we're on
says.
schedule.
Well, she said that like with such offense. Like,
Yeah. That's what happens to her on Cinco de Mayo
Why do you guys doubt me?
every year.
Every year?
Doubt me?
we won't doubt.
What are you even saying right now?
Mark walked in today and he's already gone. He's
all right.
It's already
It's Monday.
Saturday in Mark's mind.
It's Monday. It's Monday. It's time for weather trivia. How about we get this train back on the tracks here? 5 years ago on this date, which is the 5th of May.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Rochester set a record low temperature. Do you remember that? Look at that
No.
poor dandelion.
5
I was
years
not
ago.
here. I was in Vermont.
Vermont?
2020.
Well, it would have been cold up there too. Burlington would have been really
Yeah.
cold. What do you say? Is it 25? Did it get down to 19? 35 degrees or 29 degrees today?
By this point, we had been told we're working from home or you're only here
Yes.
Yep.
when you're here
Yes.
and no one else
Yeah,
is.
I would have been working from home on this.
What day of the week was it?
What if Ashley can find that out, right?
Yeah, She's looking right,
She's digging.
right now.
Digging up the details.
5 years. Today's Monday, so what would that be? That would be.
Oh, there was a leap year in there too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
That does mess that up a little.
So
makes
what,
it a little bit
Thursday?
more tricky. She's gonna get it.
I mean, all you have to do is click the little calendar icon at the bottom of your screen, Ashley.
Yeah.
And then hit the back button 5 times.
It was a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, so I was working from home. Mondays and Tuesdays were at-home days.
Tuesdays, I think I was off on Tuesdays. I was off on Tuesdays and Wednesday, or maybe I wasn't on weekends at that. I don't know.
We got a good look at the inside of the apartment.
Yeah,
The broadcast from home.
I sure did.
Yep.
Sure
I
did.
never got to do that.
Never?
Never.
Got to. No, there was
Only
no
once.
getting to out of it. It was
wasn't-
awful.
It was not great.
awful.
Yeah.
You're stuck in your house and they want you to do work and all you want to do is
Yeah.
eat and watch Netflix.
Yeah. Yep. It was not great.
No, it wasn't. Okay, let's get back
Yeah.
to weather trivia.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Well, the weather trivia.
Really
we'll
off
have
track
the
today.
answer for that at 9 o'clock. But this has been what everybody's been talking about. This is an omega block pattern. So the Greek letter omega is on the screen. That's the upper level pattern. And you get these areas of low pressure that get cut off from the main flow of the jet stream. And whatever weather that you're stuck under, you get stuck under sometimes up to a week. And it looks like this is going to be like late Wednesday, Thursday before we even have a chance of getting out of this pattern. So it's rainy, wet, damp, cold, and there it is, just spinning around. See it down towards Cincinnati?
Some viewers really dislike this area of low pressure hanging over our heads.
We did take a phone call last Friday. Marty Snyder.
Took that same call over the weekend several times.
Yeah. He's got the deets if you want them on that one. Satellite radar shows some rain showers in western New York, just a couple of sprinkles out there, and we've also got some fog out there this morning. But it hasn't been a lot of rain, a couple hundredths of an inch down towards South Bristol. The forecast map moving ahead, and there's the chance for more showers, maybe even a clap of thunder in the southern tier as we go through Tuesday. See the rain start to fill in again for Wednesday, and at least that spin, that area of low pressure starts to lift out a little bit more by Thursday and Friday. So we will see improvement in this forecast. It's just not going to happen today. Temps in the 60s. The numbers stay in the 60s really right through the end of the work week. A little cooler yet on Thursday, and back to the upper 60s by the weekend. We'll start to dry out. Maybe a little bit more seasonable by then.
So the plus of this is the start of the week,
Yeah.
it's still undesirable.
Yeah, and
you don't like Monday and you don't like going to work.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It's rainy out anyhow, so deal with it. And what? What are you laughing?
And the Lilac Festival starts Friday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we can clear it out by then,
Exactly.
that's great timing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sold. 45 days, people. 45 days. The countdown continues. Don't go anywhere. We've got so much more. You're just going to sit there in silence?
Sorry. No,
So
I
much
thought-
more to come.
I thought you weren't
These
done.
two are going to get this show back on track, I hope.
It's never been on.
We're back after this.
I thought you weren't done.
everyone, this Monday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. We want to go behind this story now and have an in-depth conversation regarding one of our top stories that we have been following since an announcement was made recently.
Yeah, so starting today, the federal government is resuming collections on defaulted student loans. This after a 5-year pause related to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, you might remember the year 2020. That is when loan collection was paused because so many people were being laid off and let go from their jobs, all due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But the Department of Education now estimates that more than 5 million borrowers have defaulted on those student loans. You'll remember 2023 came around. That's when interest started accruing on those accounts. And recently, the Trump administration said, guess what? Time to start paying us back.
Yeah, all right. So the default criteria here, loans are considered in default after 270 days of missed payments. And then another 4 million people are at least 90 days behind on their payments. According to the U.S. Education Department, of the nearly 43 million people who owe money, only a little more than a third have made regular payments.
Yeah, now, student loan debt overall has grown to $1.6 trillion over the last 5 years. Now, all of this collection comes after a legal back and forth. You'll remember when Biden was in office, there was talks of loan forgiveness and things of that nature. Well, that didn't end up happening for a lot of people. Advocates say student borrowers, though, are stretched thin from growing inflation and concerns over cost of living, and that this is going to have a real serious impact on them.
Yeah, people are up in arms over this.
They are.
And so the Trump administration will collect the debt through a Treasury Department program. It'll withhold payments through tax refunds, wages, and government benefits. Borrowers who are in default, again, quick reminder, default is those who have missed 270 days without a payment. They may see their wages garnished. Like I said, tax refunds, Social Security benefits withheld. All of that will be the punishment if payments are not started on student loans.
Yeah, now, just to add on to what you said, this does not mean that, oh, that's okay, they're not going to garnish my wages for another 270 days after today. That is not what that means. They can start to do that as soon as 90 days after you miss a loan payment. So make sure you're doing that because, honestly, no joke. They'll talk to payroll and it comes out of your paycheck.
Yep.
Nothing you can do about it and nothing your employer can do about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Education Secretary Linda McMahon weighing in said taxpayers would now be saved from shouldering the cost of student debt. Meantime, the executive director of the Student Debt Crisis Center says this will create a financial catastrophe where people won't be able to meet their basic needs because of these student loan payments.
Yeah, and again, that because of these rising costs, because of inflation that we're seeing, because of the cost of living crisis, millions of Americans are experiencing. Now, experts say, though, now is the time to take action. I think we have a lower third that we'll bring up at some point. But there it is, studentaid.gov. You can go there. You can check your loan status, update your contact info, and avoid a bigger financial hit. Know if you're in the crosshairs of the federal government for debt collection at this time.
Now, some people are in forbearance, which means you won't have to make a payment or you can temporarily just make smaller payments. However, you probably won't be making any progress towards forgiveness or paying back your loan. Borrowers should contact the default resolution group to either make a monthly payment, enroll in an income-based repayment plan, or sign up for loan rehabilitation.
Now, it's really one of the scariest things about student loans is the debt of all of it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, there's lots of conversation now that I think would have been beneficial for many generations prior to this, but that are student loans exactly what we should be doing because we're allowing these 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds to take on a burden that they don't fully understand.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, debt is a cruel, cruel thing to have hanging over your head.
I think also deeper conversation with high schoolers about the different opportunities maybe that don't involve college, right?
Absolutely.
I think a lot of the time you're 18, you don't know what you're getting into, and it is kind of pushed on you that you need to go get a 4-year degree.
Yeah.
Not the case for everybody.
No, there's skilled trade, there's certificate programs.
Yeah.
There are so many other options out there. My parents were of the mindset for me, hey, listen, don't go somewhere unless you know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because it's going to cost you. And I think that's sound advice for everyone. Again, of course, this is a story we will continue to follow for you, bringing you any updates. And I'm sure we will have more coverage tonight on 13 Wham News at 5 and 6.
Yeah, when we come back, we are once again checking in with Chris Lopez, who's live with the Pirate Toy Fund this Monday morning.
Hey, and don't forget, take us on the go wherever you're headed. We are streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. Ark Rochester is back on the other side of the break.
All right, welcome back. The Pirate Toy Fund's mission doesn't just stop when the annual toy drive wraps up. It is constantly coming up with new and exciting ways to get kids those toys that are so important. We know that they do amazing work giving toys to kids in hospitals who are maybe down on their luck. The work they do is incredible.
It really is. And today they announced a brand new raffle that you can take part in. They're giving away an item that's almost too good to believe that they're doing this. And a chance, it's only $100. For the details, let's go to our own Chris Lopez, live for us this morning at Van Bortle Chevrolet.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yes, that item is going to be this 2025 Corvette right here. So 0 to 60, 2.6 seconds, 670 horsepower. Not too shabby. Have the engine in the back right here. And I'm told pretty much that gives you a little bit more stability when you're cruising down the road, a little bit more balance, probably a little bit better gas mileage. The trunk is going to be in the front. You purchase one ticket at $100 buckaroonies. You're going to have a 1 in 3,000 chance to win this. Or, of course, you can purchase all of the tickets and you could just pretty much take this home on October 4th. Now, Pirate Toy Fund helps out so many We're lucky to be joined by Eliana and her mom, Jessica, this morning. You got helped out a little bit by the Pirate Toy Fund, didn't you? Yeah?
Yes.
What did you get? You got a toy, but I want to know what it is. I want you to let the audience know what it is.
It was a friend's Lego, and we built it together.
How long did Legos can be a little bit frustrating, especially for me. How long did it take you to build the Legos? What'd you say? An hour?
An hour.
An hour? That's really fast. Your mom help you with that? Yeah. What school do you go to?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
And Fairbanks Road.
Who's your teacher this morning, and why aren't you there?
Who's your teacher?
Who's your teacher?
Miss Charbonneau.
Miss Sarbineau.
You want to say hi?
Hi, Mrs. Charbonneau.
Do you want to wave to her right now? And Mom, she was not feeling too good when she was in the hospital. How cool do you think that is to get, a toy? It could be simple. It's Legos, but it's something for her to do. It's a boost. It gives you a little bit of happiness when she's not feeling too great.
Exactly right. Yeah, it was great to have something to do while we were there. Helped her to bring, to feel better when she was not feeling so good. So yeah, it was really nice that they came and gave a toy for her.
And Eliana, you said that the red is kind of cool, but what color would you, if you won this, what color are you changing it to?
Pink and blue, pink and green.
Pink and green. So are you going green base and then pink stripes? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Not too shabby right there. Thank you for joining us this morning. Mom, thank you as well. I want to go over to Otto. Otto, how does someone win this? They're going to call in this number, 585-271-5519. Any rules, any stipulations that people should know about?
Yeah, there's rules. Go right to piratetoyfund.org. You can see all the rules and regulations. A lot of things are governed by the Gaming Commission. You don't have to be present to win. You got to be 18 years old. You have to be a New York State resident. And then
Can't be named Dan, Abby, Marty, Steph, Chris, no one at Channel 13, Terry.
no one at the Pirate Toy Fund either.
Okay.
You know how that goes. But it's all about helping the kids. That's what it is. And I think I'm going to go with the pink with the green stripes, just for the record.
So you're going, okay.
If I have to change it, yeah.
Mr. Bear, though, I got to address the bear in the room, essentially. Does the bear come with the
Whoever
Corvette?
wins his car gets that bear. So they got to drive home with it.
And then you can't have your hair flowing in the wind if you were driving this car at all.
What are you now you're promoting your hair? Is that what you're doing?
I'm
What are you
saying
doing?
that you may not have as much hair as other people that have a top
That
drop.
ain't right, guys. Abby, Dan, I don't know how you guys put up with them. I don't. That's not right, dude. Okay? That's not right. Some of it fell out. Some of it's natural. Leave it alone.
We got some up there. Pitch to someone. They're on the cusp of purchasing one ticket. Why should someone buy this?
Because it goes to a great cause. It goes to kids in Rochester, Monroe County, upstate New York. Again, we've got 100 program partners, and it goes to kids in need. That toy makes, especially in the hospital, if you got a sick kid, that toy takes their pain away from one moment. Or if a child's in a domestic situation, you give them a toy, they feel like it's not the end of the world. So these toys go a long way and make a child feel a little better.
You guys doing great stuff. Call that number, 585-271-5519. I believe it's 9 to 5 someone will pick up Monday through Friday.
There is, but if not, leave your name and telephone number. We'll call you right back. We'll take care of it. Again, we're going to be out at the toy show this weekend at the Tim Hortons Iceplex. We're going to be at Canal Days. Come on out and buy a ticket.
There we go. Corvette on the line. Get your ticket. Get all of them. You may win this bad boy. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Chris Lopez, leave Otto alone.
All right, thanks, Chris. I forgot Ashley told us to be quick about
Oh,
this. Sorry, Ashley. For more details on how to win, find them over on 13web.com. Stick around, much more to get to when we come back. Steph will be here breaking down some of our top political headlines.
We're back after this.
It's time for a political pulse check here on ARC Rochester. Today we're addressing the potential impact of a recent executive order directing the Corporation for Public Broadcasting to cut federal funds to NPR and PBS. Now, I spoke with the president and CEO of WXXI, a PBS and NPR member station right here in Rochester. Take a listen. Chris Hastings from WXXI with us this morning. I'm so glad that you can join us, especially given the new executive order that we saw from President Trump regarding federal funding for both NPR and PBS. The first thing that I want to start with is your reaction to seeing this. I know in the statement that we got in our newsroom, it said in part, quote, "This moment calls for resolve, not retreat." Do you want to elaborate on that?
I think it's important that we engage in this discussion. If you would have asked me a year ago before President Trump even took office, I knew there was a chance we would have to engage with the president on his support or not support of public media. It's important that we step into this conversation. I think a lot of people who voted for President Trump, they value public media. I don't think this is something that most people in the United States would agree with. And I think for us to sit back and look at this executive order and think that it's a done deal, I don't think so. I think most people really do value what we do for the American public, and it's important that we engage the administration and engage our members of Congress and really tell our story of what we do in communities like Rochester every day, and why it would be a disservice to the American people to take away funding from PBS and NPR.
And I want to kind of get into that a little bit and talk about just some of the things that both PBS and NPR, but specifically WXXI, do for the community. I think that most people know that there is an element of public media that has been a part of their lives. Arthur, for example,
Totally.
being one. There's Frontline, other publications. So just talk about some of the things that WXXI contributes to the community.
Let's start with the kids programming. When we think about what public media and in particular PBS does, there are kids in our communities who their first teachers and parents' first helpers are Sesame Street and the programs that come for preschoolers. This work, while some people look at it as TV, it's educational. You don't get that from other platforms that are commercial. It's being put together with intention to educate kids before they have a classroom. And in this day and age where not every kid goes to preschool, this work is important. It's foundational. It's foundational in that it's the start of learning, and it's to supplement learning that you're getting in the classroom and with your parents. As a young kid, when I was growing up, I was, the son of as a single parent, and public media was a big help. I didn't read until I was maybe in sixth grade because I had a learning disability. But I can tell you, public media was foundational for me because I was able to look at LeVar Burton and see representation and really see different ways of how to read. I think it's important to remind people that the work that we do is foundational. It's meant to be the glue in our community to bring us together and to help us along the way. Other things that we do that's just super important is the news. We are journalists, and while commercial media and you guys are doing a great job, the work that WXXI and PBS News and NPR does, it's meant to bring the world to you every day. There's so much happening in the world, in our community, that it's important that we have good journalism that's happening locally and nationally. It's the backbone of our democracy. We are tasked as journalists to inform the community about what's happening in government. We are tasked as journalists to inform the community about what's happening on their block. WXXI, with our brand City News, we are out there every day trying to bring these stories to you in a way that you can understand it. Social media, love it, love Instagram, loves Facebook, but we're a trusted brand to give you true information on those platforms. And the support that we're getting from the federal government is integral to us being able to continue that work because I think, again, the American people value it. They trust our brands. And with PBS and NPR, they're our partners in bringing this news that's important from around the world to here in Rochester.
For sure. And really quickly, just to touch on something, the federal funding aspect of things, I want to put into perspective for viewers just what exactly that means, what Slice contributes to the overall work. So, doing some reading on both PBS and NPR's website, they had talked about the Corporation for Public Broadcasting bringing about $535 million that's allocated by Congress specifically, PBS getting about 15% of that from the CPB. But also, when it comes to NPR's 246 member institutions, hopefully that number is correct, I think around about, it's about 8 to 10%. Is that accurate in terms of WXXI?
Yeah, I would say it's about 12% of our overall budget. I'm grateful for the money that we get from the federal government and from the American people. I would say if this were different times, I would say it's not enough for what we do. I think it's important to understand that over the 50 years, we've gone back and forth with how do you fund public broadcasting. And I can tell you, while I'm grateful for the money we do get, for what we're putting out, we've always punched above our weight. And it's a national local partnership that we have with the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, PBS and NPR, and we've been very innovative in how we fill the gap. But I would say that of that 12% of our budget, to lose it, oh man, it would hurt us in a big way in how we would be able to serve. We would probably have to cut services if we lost that 12%. But I would say, as we have this dialogue, it's important that we really engage in the administration on this, why we really tell the story of what we are doing locally so people understand the multi-platform way that we're serving people in the community. It's just not broadcasting. It's community engagement. It's educational assets to complement the films and the educational TV shows that we're putting out. It's so much that we're doing that goes beyond the mandate that I think it's getting missed. And you probably won't miss it till it's gone. And I don't want to wait that far. It's why we got to step in. We got to talk to people who are making these decisions. We got to get them to understand that after 50 years, to pull back from this would be really hard for our democracy to not have this platform, this valuable institution.
Chris Hastings, I want to tell you so much that we really appreciate you coming on and speaking about this, providing more perspective, especially local perspective about something that we're hearing from the federal government.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for asking me to be on. I'm new to Rochester, and I'm still getting to know the community, but I came here to build. I didn't come here to tear it apart. I didn't come here to hold it together. I came here to build, and I am so happy that I'll get to serve in Rochester for the years to come.
Now, the CPB has since responded, saying it's not a federal executive agency subject to the president's authority, and Congress approved its funding. We will continue to follow this story and bring you updates on air and online at 13wham.com. We're back after this.
can't even be here right
Good
now.
Monday morning. It's 9:01 this May 5th. Thanks so much for joining us on Arc Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Ferdman. We have meteorologist Mark McLean joining us once again. He'll be here talking about the forecast coming up. First, though, we'll get to Stephanie Joseph for your Arc Rochester news break.
Here are some of the top local stories that we're following this Monday. Now, happening today, we expect an update in connection to the death of Rochester area native Robert Brooks. Now, he was pronounced dead back in December after he was beaten by several staff members at Marcy Correctional Facility. Last week, all 10 former corrections officers involved in Brooks's death were given extra time to consider plea deals. They are all scheduled to appear in court later this month with their decisions. If they do not accept a plea deal, they'll begin the pretrial in June. Thankfully, no one was hurt after a driver and her child came under fire on the city's northwest side. It happened just after 4 yesterday afternoon on Obb Street in the Lyle Otis neighborhood. Police say a 27-year-old woman was driving with her 3-year-old daughter when someone in another car allegedly fired shots at their vehicle, causing it to crash. Thankfully, though, the car was not hit by gunfire and no one was hurt. Investigators believe this was a targeted attack, and anyone with information should call 911. Well, if you're behind on your student loan payments, your paycheck could be at risk. Starting today, the federal government is resuming collections on defaulted student loans after a 5-year pause. The Department of Education estimates about 5 million borrowers have defaulted, and another 4 million are at least 90 days behind on payments. Borrowers in default could see their wages garnished or even have tax refunds and Social Security benefits withheld. Experts say now is the time to take action. Visit studentaid.gov to check your loan status, update your contact information, and avoid a bigger financial hit. Well, it's Lilac Week in Rochester. This Friday, the 127th Lilac Festival kicks off at Highland Park with food trucks, live music, and local vendors. Rochester's celebration of spring runs May 9th through the 18th. Parking is available at the main festival lot on Elmwood Avenue between South Clinton and South Avenues, while $5 shuttles will be available on the weekends at the Golisano Institute on Sawgrass Drive. For all these top stories and any updates, be sure to visit 13wham.com. Back to you guys.
All right, Steph, thanks. Let's get a check of the forecast now and the answer to today's weather trivia. Mark?
Yeah, it was pretty cold today 5 years ago on the 5th of May. So check this out. We set a record low temperature 5 years ago on this date. That was the trivia for this morning. Posted this up on Facebook, and we always look forward to your responses to our trivia. Look at that poor dandelion on the side right there. Struggling through, but was it 25, 19, 35, or 29 degrees today?
I'm going to go with 29.
29. What say you, Dan?
I'm going to go 25.
25, and we had some online. Julie went with D. Brianna went with B. Well, the correct answer is, drum roll.
Nice.
Whoa!
All
Kicking the
right.
week off
Yeah.
in style,
Yeah.
Fridman.
And the normal low for this time of the year is 45. So just to give you a rough idea of, quote, what is normal. And, this is Sunday. Our Muddy Paw Outlook. Sometimes the photos get a little stretched on this.
We got to figure that out.
But what a great name.
I know.
Yeah.
Sunday.
I like that name. Well, Wet Paws today.
That
Wet
is a
Paws
cute-looking dog,
tomorrow
too.
for Sunday. Sorry, Sunday. Wednesday, still wet. By Thursday and Friday, we think it's going to slowly dry out. But, I'm even a little pessimistic a little bit about early Thursday just because it's been wet for so long. It's just going to take a little while to dry out.
Yeah.
Outside, it's going to be muddy, so.
Hopefully, it'll be a little drier for the Lilac Festival. Hopefully, all the rain will just make everything really green and really lush and beautiful.
It does help the buds open. So there's a sugary coating on a lot of the buds. It helps the buds open up, so it is a good thing. And it keeps the flowers fresh. If you get temperatures in the 50s and 60s and no wind and it stays damp, that is like the ideal conditions for keeping those flowers fresh. But Ultimate Doppler, not showing a lot out there. There's some fog, there's some sprinkles, some mist, or drizzle. You can't say that fast in weather, otherwise it comes out Mr. Drizzle. Get it? Mr. Drizzle? That's a dad joke, sorry. Back to the southwest, low pressure. And this one's been hanging around for days and days and days, and it's going to stay for a few more days. It's cut off low pressure. It's part of a larger pattern called an omega block pattern, which is a fast way of saying your weather's not going to change for a long time, sadly. But the area of low pressure starts to lift up over us, and as we get towards Wednesday and Thursday, it's going to start to lift northeast. Notice how that spin is right over western New York by early Wednesday morning, and that spin kind of starts to slide off to the east towards Wednesday afternoon. So we'll see some improvement slowly, but this is not going to be the kind of thing that leads to flooding or anything like that. It's just wet. Everything is damp outside, and we'll see a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of rain by the time we get towards Wednesday and Thursday. But today, temps in the 60s, largely cloudy, damp, and gray. Some showers around, and the forecast for the extended here, still damp by Wednesday. I think it will slowly dry out for Thursday and kind of seasonable into the weekend for the Lilac Festival.
That's good. It'd be nice to have a sunny weekend here.
Yeah.
You mentioned Mr. Drizzle.
Yes.
I once said slush and sleet too fast, and something profane came out instead.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Dan?
Huh?
What were
I'm not going to say it.
We don't want the
Learned
MA
my
rating
lesson.
back. We don't need MA.
The nice thing was I don't think anybody really cared because nobody wrote in or called.
Oh, well, that's good.
Maybe they just weren't watching. I don't know.
Maybe they'll care about these.
Yes, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen seeds that are so colorful.
Isn't that cool?
They're beautiful.
So this is the third year that Lima is going to put on a pumpkin festival. And what they did on Saturday, they had a seed giveaway, and I guess they do this early in May each year. And we went down. This was at 1 o'clock Saturday. That giant striped is actually sunflowers. I guess they said the winner last year had a 19-foot tall sunflower with a 24-inch flower on it. That's 2 stories.
That's crazy.
And the Atlantic giant, the pumpkin there, that got up to 1,400 pounds. That's where we picked up the seeds, right there in the town hall in Lima.
Are those orange or pink? Orange.
Yeah, orangey pink. Yeah,
what are the blue ones?
That's Fat Jack, so that's another large pumpkin variety. So I think we're going to plant one of these here at the station.
We have to.
We have to try it. The problem is we need a huge area. Just one of these seeds can occupy a space up to 600 square feet.
Oh my God.
Wow.
600, yeah. So that's 20 by 30, just if you're wondering. One plant.
Okay, this is a really silly question that I think I know the answer to, but I'm going to ask it anyhow.
Yep.
These seeds, these are dyed this color.
They're
not naturally blue.
We asked a lot of questions when we were down there, and I never got to that, but if somebody out there knows, they may be. And they had all sorts of tips, too. They say lightly sand the seeds, put it on a little warming, they had a little warming pad. Some of these pro growers,
really,
they warm the seed to germinate it faster.
Wow.
And somebody said something about using milk in the vines, injecting milk, and covering up the vines with a little bit of soil to stop other blooms from taking energy from the quote main pumpkin.
In grade school, we had somebody do that, and they won the pumpkin contest.
Well, maybe that's the trick.
It's the way to do it. This will be exciting. That'll be a lot of fun.
That's going to be cool.
Yep.
Hey, stick around. When we come back, we're getting a closer look at an upcoming production that's taking audiences on a thrilling ride through history and mystery.
Don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. Stream us live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're back after this.
9:12, thanks for sticking with us this Monday morning here on ARC. We are taking you behind the curtain this morning as Out of Pocket Productions gets ready to take the stage this weekend with a thrilling new play.
Yeah, right now we're going to learn more about the production, describe the night, and what you can expect from the show. For more, we're joined now by cast members Jeff Shuda and Matthew Wells. Good morning to you both. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
All right, so give us the overview of the play.
Well, it involves it's a historical thriller, and there are three timelines. One is is set in 1940s Russia, and it's about a writer and some government officials and their relationship. And then there is another plot line about a KGB agent, and then a third plot line about two characters who were involved in the plane crash that killed the Polish government a number of years ago. And then slowly, as the play goes on, you discover that all three of the storylines are sort of connected in this really interesting sort of web of history and power.
Now, who do the two of you portray in this show?
You go first.
Okay, I play Nikolai Yezhov, who's actually a real historical figure. He was the head of Joseph Stalin's secret police.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So not an entirely nice guy, but...
And I play Vova, who is a KGB agent on the rise, trying to make his way to the top, based on a real historical figure as well.
Wow. So neither of you are particularly liked.
They have. I think what's great about the play, I think what's great about the play is it sort of suggests that they had other choices. They have moments where they could be different people, but the government, the system, the people above sort of limits those choices, and they end up being the people they become.
Yeah. Absolutely. What has the rehearsal process been like for the two of you?
It's been great. It's really interesting because it's a weird process in this case because there are so many different timelines that we don't all interact with there are some actors in the play who I never are on stage with. So sort of like, I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. How's it going? How's your part of the show going? So it's fun now to kind of be coming back together and be all together as we're doing dress rehearsals and whatnot.
It's very much an ensemble piece. There are 7 of us, so we all are pulling more than our own weight throughout the entire process, and it's been a lot of fun. Every time we perform it, we discover something new. If the audience comes more than once, they'll discover something new every time.
Do you see during the rehearsal process, though, I have to imagine the director says, what so-and-so does in this timeline directly impacts the reason your character does this.
Yeah, it's very much Soviet Union multiverse type.
Right. Yeah, we spend a lot of time mapping out those. The playwright's very clever. Sometimes same lines are in different characters' mouths. There's references to events. You start to figure out, wait a minute, these people are connected in ways that we didn't initially know. And so we kind of keep circling back to similar moments, similar episodes as you get to the end and it kind of all snaps together.
Yeah, it's a 100-year-long game of telephone. In a way.
Yeah.
This seems like a really interesting play and one that probably not a lot of people are familiar with. Do you think that is the beauty behind it? You really get to let the audience follow the mystery and try to figure things out for themselves?
Absolutely. I think Rajiv Joseph wrote the play. He was nominated for the Pulitzer Prize a number of years ago for a different play, but I don't think this one is very well known. And I think that's sort of the fun, is to go in and discover something you don't know, something you haven't seen. And it's a timely piece because it's about sort of power and truth and how governments shape people's lives and lies and propaganda. So there's a lot of things to hook into.
Yeah.
Very interesting. For somebody sitting at home who says, okay, I'm sold, how do they get tickets?
So the easiest way is to go to we're at the Muck, so we're at the Muck website, www.muck.org, mucc.org. And the show runs this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the following Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Terrific.
Well, gosh, break a leg, the two of you and the rest of the cast. We're really looking forward to hearing how it goes. And if you're interested, we'll put tickets for you over on foxrochester.com.
9:17 this morning. Stick around. When we come back, we are learning more about which comedian can handle the heat.
Yeah, we'll tell you more when ARC Rochester comes back. 9:19, welcome back. This weekend, the gloves are coming off for a savage competition that is all about some friendly verbal violence.
The Inner Loop blog is hosting a roast battle this weekend where comedians will enter the ring with their best insults, battling it out for the title of Roast Champion.
For more on the upcoming event, we're joined this morning by Inner Loop blog CEO Shane Allen and event co-host Mark Maria from Radio 95.1. Good morning to you both. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
All right, let's get into it. Where did the idea for this roast battle come from?
We've been doing it now for at least like 5 years, different venues. The first year we've done it at the Carlson. We did one last Thursday, which sold out. But yeah, it's a 16 comic tournament. They go on stage, 2 comics go up against each other, roast battling one another, and at the end, the audience votes. And Mark and I are both deaf, so we have like a device that lets us know the decibel thing.
And we do a lot of shows throughout the year. We'll do like the Roast of Rochester, and we did like the Roast of Disney, and we didn't get sued for that one, which was nice. But this is one where we both make the same amount of money, and we have to do way less work because all the other comedians are roasting each other, and we just kind of show up.
Show up and get that paycheck.
Yes, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why we do it.
So how did Inner Loop blog get its start? Can we talk about that?
Sure. Yeah, it was a group of comics started it. They were doing a lot of weird Pokemon Go stuff for a while.
Oh.
And then they came to me and said, hey, we have this idea. It's like the Rochester version of The Onion. And I was like, yeah, we should probably just focus on Rochester content. And then it exploded into the least profitable thing I do.
Yeah, and here's the great thing is I literally do nothing, and I get a ton of credit.
Mostly all the credit.
I get like all the credit because I'm on the radio and people half know who I am. They think I do the Inner Loop blog. Shane does the Inner Loop blog, and then he just has me show up to things like this, or to the roast battle or things like that, and then people give me credit. So I feel like I'm the one that's really winning out here.
Yeah.
But you guys said you have a podcast.
Oh, yeah,
together
that's easy. I'm in my underwear, like in my house.
We didn't need to know that.
Sometimes not even in my underwear.
Okay.
We're trying to sell some Patreons.
Yeah.
We need people to pay for that.
They're tight underwear.
Oh, man. We had a TV MA rating when we started, believe it or not.
We got rid of it, but I think one of these days it's going to come back. It's gone off the rails. Where do you guys get the content from for, some of these headlines that you write?
For the Inner Loop, I mean, every time I'm like, okay, what am I even going to write? Rochester provides. Honestly, it's from you guys. You're the real heroes.
We're stealing from you guys, honestly.
That's what I was hoping you would say.
Ever since Don Alhart retired, I feel like a lot of our content has calmed down a little bit, Most of it was Aruba content and his vacation pictures.
Oh, man.
Personally, is what we would go for.
We're trying to sign him for the Inner Loop now that he's retired. But.
Yeah.
Listen, have you reached out to him? Because he would probably do something.
Oh.
He is that kind of guy.
Does he check email?
Yeah.
He knows email? Oh, okay.
Oh,
all right,
absolutely.
Just making sure.
Listen, believe it or not, Guy is more tech savvy than half the people working in this building.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been.
It's pretty remarkable.
Don, DM me.
Yeah, he's looking. He's watching.
Slide in these DMs, Don.
He's on vacation right now.
Yeah.
All right. So the roast battle. I imagine people are getting pretty excited for this, right?
Hope so. Yeah. I mean, we sold the last one out last week. Come out to this one's gonna be wild because we have a lot of half the lineup is out of town comics. So we people coming from Detroit. We got a guy that was on Kill Tony from Austin coming in.
Oh, wow.
And only one of them is getting paid, and they're complete psychopaths for doing this show and driving here to Rochester to do this. But,
Wait, how come only one of them gets paid?
because we don't make a lot of money.
because the winner walks away
We
with it.
need to get paid.
Well, we got to figure out a way to monetize this for you guys.
We're getting paid.
Baby, it's monetized for us, okay? It's for the other comedians that it's not monetized, okay? Only one of them gets money.
Yeah.
How come he gets the same cut as you?
I got really bad agent.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Any other names recognizably that people would know taking part in this?
You might know Cindy Arena. She's a local legend. She's doing it's her first time doing a roast battle, but she's won like Rochester's Funniest. She's really great. We actually have a married couple that are comics that are going to be roasting.
Oh,
each other.
yeah.
So we might see the first ever live divorce on stage.
Wow.
Oh,
Nice.
Get that paperwork ready.
Absolutely.
What is the key to winning one of the roast battles, like just in general?
Well, I think so. A lot of if these comedians are watching this, which I know they are,
Big fans of the show.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is what
all
I
of them.
say. Nobody knows who you are, right? Nobody knows who you are. People barely know who we are. People sort of know who you guys are, right? So
fair.
you gotta roast
What a compliment.
in broad strokes. Are you ugly? Are you too tall? Are you too short? You know, you can't go personal because nobody knows who the person in front of you is.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So
That's
basically,
fair.
like, just read the comments on our Facebook page.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, the poison on your Facebook page. That's what you want to read.
I mean, we'll share it with you sometime if you want to post
Oh,
it.
I look at it.
Some of it's real creative. Some of it is real creative.
Can I tell you, Marty Snyder took me aside as we came in here, and he was like, I got to show you something. And he showed me a bunch of voicemails of him getting threatened over the weather. Like, legit threatened over the weather.
And he won't respond to my calls.
That call was just this weekend, too.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun being in Rochester media.
What was your nickname?
Oh, God, Dan Shriek. Because the husband and wife, they hated the way I sounded, Dan Shriek. Some guy wrote into the station and said, "Get that little creep off my television."
All right, well, we got our new interlude article.
From Aruba. Aruba was the background and told me that I complained too much about the weather and I should probably move there and get out of
Man,
town.
so Don's pretty mad. After his retirement, he's still attacking you
He
like
thought
that.
I was taking over or something. Again, for somebody sitting at home who wants tickets, wants to go to this, where do they go? And hit them with the social media handle as well.
Yeah, go to carlsoncomedy.com. It's the easiest way to get your tickets for this Thursday night, 7 o'clock. And then, Interlude blog on Facebook, Instagram, website,
Well, that's why he's making more money.
Yeah,
Just not all the words.
Good job, Shane.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
We
you both.
Appreciate it, guys.
Hey, we'll post all of that information and much more on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
Much more to come here on Arc Rochester.
We're back on the other side of the break. 7:29. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester this Monday. We want to get right to our next guest because we are looking ahead to a weekend and the return of a beloved event.
Yes, the wait is finally over. The 23rd annual Rochester Dachshund Parade is kicking off this Saturday. For more on the parade and all of the fun that is planned, we're joined this morning by organizer Janet Dre and her pup, Maya. Good morning.
It's actually, I'm joined by her.
Oh, yes,
You're
the
joined
star
by,
of the show.
yes. Maya, joined by Janet. Thank you both so much for coming in. And Janet, you were telling us that Maya loves it being in this building.
Oh, she loves it. She loves everyone. Everyone's so friendly to her. And unfortunately, it's a little too clean for her. She doesn't find enough crumbs.
Oh.
but she keeps looking.
Got to come to our desk.
Yeah, seriously, right?
Okay.
This is one of those events that we look forward to every year. Give somebody the overview if they're unfamiliar.
Oh, well, it's imagine hundreds of dachshunds, which would be this kind of breed with the little tiny legs and the long bodies. They come in different coats. She's a long-haired. There's smooth. There's wire-haired. There's miniature. There's standards. She's also a dapple, which means she has different colors on her.
She absolutely sees herself in the monitor right now, and she's
She's going,
just staring.
Could you fix my hair?
Yeah. Oh, you look gorgeous. How many participants?
We could
year?
have several hundred dachshunds.
Wow.
Yeah, so it basically fills, the parade itself is around Washington Square Park. So it can go all around the perimeter of the park of these little legs going. So it's a lot of fun. There's vendors, there's sponsors such as Rochester Hope for Pet, Verona Street Animal Shelter Rescue helps. She wants to meet more people. Let's say she's people pup. So there's a costume contest, which is pretty cute. So people will dress them up in different outfits.
Can you tell us or is it a surprise?
Oh, no. Well, last year, because of the coronation. Oh, I think it was the year before the coronation.
Uh-huh.
She was regal.
Oh, my
God. She had the, the cape, right? The
Yes.
cape,
Yeah.
the crown. So that's because she is a princess. So
Absolutely.
That's how it goes. This, let's see, what else is there? We asked for a $1 donation. It's not mandatory, but it does go towards the two. Oh, yeah.
Look at them.
I know. She wants to be on your laps.
Hey, I'll hold her.
Goodness. What kind of vendors can we expect this year?
We have Dave's Hot Dogs always, so we really appreciate that. We also have, let's see, there's, oh gosh, I think I have the list, but you could see, usually they will be selling accessories for dachshunds. They'll be selling earrings, little figurines, cups, all different types of anything related to a dachshund.
I
love that.
What is the best part about this breed of dog?
I think it's meeting all the other owners, and I can only speak for myself, but you just love seeing the breed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just fun to all get together and celebrate the breed. So they bring a lot of joy and take a lot of time.
But they are worth
Big
every
personalities.
second of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You're worth it.
Aw. Janet, one more time for somebody sitting at home who wants to attend, when and where?
It's next Saturday. It's always the Saturday before Mother's Day. And it's at Washington Square Park across from Jiva. And it's 10 till noon. The parade itself is around 11:30. But come early and visit all the people there.
Amazing.
Love it.
So
Thank you both so much
Yes.
for coming in. I love it.
What is that face? Oh, goodness, Maya. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate
thank
it
you.
very much. Hey, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're putting our faces on the line for a special National Day.
Yeah, don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. Stream us live right now on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel. Hey, welcome back. This morning, we decided to have double the fun and celebrate two special holidays that are happening today. The first, National Caricature Day.
So producer Ashley thought this would be a fun idea to call up a local artist who is a pro at caricatures and one that's going to draw us live for you at home this morning.
Artist Rob Dumo joining us now to capture some of our best and I imagine our worst features too. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So, Rob, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for 26 years.
26 years.
Yeah.
I gotta ask. So I've seen caricature artists out there, and sometimes they draw things. They draw attention to the perfect insecurity of the person that they are drawing. If someone has a nose, that might not fit the face, or some ears that might not fit the head. You know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
Like, are you ever worried about offending someone?
Yeah, occasionally. Typically, I can read a person to see, whether or not they'll be in for a little bit more exaggeration, or if they look uncomfortable in the chair, and hold back a little bit, so I'm not going to make somebody cry or something like that. But the way I see it is, unfortunately, the things that make us the most unique are the things that people are usually, don't like about themselves. So, their insecurities, and unfortunately, that's the stuff that usually comes out in caricature.
I feel like also if you are signing up for one, if you're getting in line and waiting or asking for one to be done, you kind of have to go in knowing that, it's not like a beauty shot here.
Yeah, typically people have a good idea, but every now and then you get somebody who has no idea what they're in for, and that can create disastrous results.
Have you ever been threatened?
I've never been threatened.
Listen.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. I know guys that have been accosted and, beaten up.
Yeah.
But
how could you do that to my fiance?
yeah, basically, that sort of thing. But nobody's ever done that to me, luckily.
How did you get started in this?
I started out at Six Flags Darien Lake.
Oh my
God. Yes.
I got a job there when I was in high school. And I learned from the experienced artists out there and turned it into a career.
That's awesome. But and we were talking before the break, you don't just do caricature work. You do comic book work as well.
Yeah, yep, I draw comics.
Can you expand on that a little bit? Any that people have seen?
So it would depend on how into comics you are.
Mm-hmm.
I work for mostly independent publishers, so not like, Marvel Comics or the big guys like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I work a lot with an independent publisher called Broken Icon Comics.
Okay.
And I'm also their art director. So I do a bunch of books with them.
Just because you're smiling, Abigail, does not mean he's going to draw a flattering photo. Sorry, you can keep talking, Rob.
Oh, yeah, no problem. But yeah, so I've done work with Zenoscope Entertainment too, and basically you only know about that if you're somebody that basically goes to your comic shop every week.
Okay.
We're looking at some of your artwork here, and it's great. Do people tell you that they want to be doing stuff like this? We just had a girl on that was playing lacrosse. I think you've got somebody in a wizard hat. How does that work? Do they say
Yeah. Generally, if I'm doing a body theme or something like that, somebody requests what they want to be doing, and it's something that they're into. Every now and then you get somebody who'll just be like, I don't know what to do, just pick something,
Yeah.
And so I'll pick something off the wall that maybe I've never drawn before, like I drew a couple doing trapeze, and stuff. And
have you ever totally butchered one? You're doing it, you're in the middle of it, and you're like, there's no way I'm coming back.
Yeah, no recovery.
It's been a long time since I've done that. Early in my career when I was just getting used to it and figuring stuff out, I would do, get somewhere and do a sketch and be like, this is not gonna work, and really want to start over. But you can't really do that in this. It's all improvisational, so you have to kind of work with the lines that you have down on the paper.
Let me ask, when someone is bald, do you typically, is that where you start? You just go with the big bald head? And then, like, I don't know, if they were a meteorologist, you'd put, like, a cloud over them?
Big, sad storm cloud.
We're talking about McLean here, if you haven't guessed.
He's cackling over there.
He's
just wait, he says.
He's offended that we're having this conversation about him. Mrs. McLean will love it.
She will, yes. What is your favorite part about the job?
Just how fun people have with it, you know, just making people laugh and just have a good time.
Do you do any other work other than caricature and comic? I imagine, did you study this at all?
So like I said, I started doing this when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So I didn't really study caricature as much as like on the job, but I do have a bachelor's in art.
Oh, okay,
so I did go to school for art.
So do you paint at all? Like, are you like a Monet or a Rembrandt or any you know?
Yeah, so I painted a lot in school, but not as much these days. There's not as much demand for, you know, paintings and stuff. So I don't do a whole lot of it, but I do some like digital painting.
Okay.
You know.
Do you do like festivals and stuff?
So I don't do a whole lot of festivals. Mostly I do private parties and things, but I do the Hilton Apple Fest every year.
Okay.
I want to go a little deeper on the private parties. I'm wondering what kind of private parties, and have you ever been in a very awkward private party situation?
I haven't been in any very awkward ones. I did show up for a party where I was a surprise to the person having the birthday party. They didn't know I was going to be there, and they initially saw like my backpack with like all my stuff, and they thought I was a stripper.
Oh
no!
Well,
so they were disappointed, I guess. But,
fine, I
that
guess
you kept
can
your
draw me
clothes on,
something.
or that you started drawing.
I'm not sure which.
This is really, really neat. What would be your message to like young aspiring artists out there?
So I'd say if you're close to Darien Lake, get a job out there, apply. You know, they can teach you how to do this. Otherwise, a good option is to join the International Society of Caricature Artists, which is an organization that I belong to. And it's good for professional artists, but also people who want to learn the craft.
Okay, very good.
So you can go and get all sorts of advice from experienced artists, and we have a convention that you can go to and learn all sorts of stuff about it.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Are you all set?
All set. You want to see it?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see it. He got my crooked ear in there too. The one ear does stick out weird. It does. I'm always. You always say no, but it does.
Yeah, there it is. Oh my god.
Look at that.
Wow.
What a shot. Lose that lower third. There we go. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, we got to frame that and hang that on the set. That is awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate this. For somebody sitting at home who wants to reach out, wants to hire you, wants to get in touch, how do they do that?
So I have a website. It's www.robdumoart.com. I'm also on Instagram, X, Threads, all that
All
stuff.
those platforms.
At Rob Dumo.
Awesome.
Perfect. We will post all of that information and much more on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show. Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Rob.
much. This is
really
cool.
appreciate it.
Time right now, 9:46. When we come back, we'll be raising a glass to celebrate this Monday morning.
Arc Rochester returns after this. The gang is all back, and it's not going to be a dry morning here on Arc Rochester. That's because we're celebrating Cinco de Mayo by raising our glasses with some serious beverages.
Yeah, a variety of alcoholic beverages
I'm gonna have
that
to say
are.
it's a first on all these for me.
Really?
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
They're being branded as margarita flavored or inspired because I don't know why.
Are these all Dan Shrek safe?
Oh, that's a good
They
question.
should be.
I would imagine. Usually the alcohol kills everything.
What are the ingredients?
I don't know. They're not.
I'm curious
on here.
about this one.
About the Buzzball?
Yeah.
These are my favorites.
That's your go-to?
Well, not my go-to, but it gets
Almost.
the job done.
It gets the job done.
Let's start with the Buzzball because I've never seen them. I've never had one. I've seen them in the gas station.
Yeah.
With dust on top
They
of
have
them.
them at our gas station, and they're all dusty. I think I might be the only one that purchases them. And every time I get
Whoa.
What? Relax, you're fine.
Isn't it 15%
We're not
this thing?
fine.
Yeah.
We'll be taking light sips.
No, Steph, you gotta drink
Yeah,
it all.
Steph, you gotta.
I have to do a noon show.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have to go to the dentist. We don't have stuff
Oh,
to do.
boy.
Well, at least I'll clean it out for you.
Like Dan
Okay,
said,
so what is it? It's a margarita?
Boom.
Yeah.
What are we
It's
indulging
a
on?
tequila Rita.
Tequila.
It's a tequila Rita.
Yep. Premium tequila, vodka, and triple sec
right.
with lime and lemon juice.
Show them how you cheers.
You
Cheers.
do it all at once. Cheers.
Hello.
And you
All
got
right.
a toast to the house.
All right.
Boom.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's not
It's
bad.
not bad.
It's not bad. It's
not
very
bad at all.
sweet. It's
Yeah.
very sugary.
Steph?
It's a little strong.
It is.
got
Oh, look at you
tequila.
That
finishing
does
that.
have an amazing
Oh, I
amount of
thought
sugar.
that's what you're
It
supposed
is. It is. It is.
It's got a lot of sugar in it.
You only need one though. That's the thing. You have one and you're like,
Okay.
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good
Have a night.
because it's what 15%.
Yeah.
Yes, 15%.
Yeah. If you're not careful.
15%?
Yes. Let's go with
This
the.
one?
What is this?
Oh, no.
This is a strawberryta.
I don't have high hopes for this one. No,
No?
offense to Rita at all.
No offense to Rita. All right.
No.
That was a pro way to open it. I
Well,
don't do it like
Mark
that.
McLean is
I
a
would say-
professional.
Open one or two of these in my day.
That's good.
That's good.
It's going to be a pro way to read the noon.
Here.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, God.
Don't worry. These shows practically write themselves.
You won't be stumbling and stuttering. You'll just be slurring. Don't worry.
You have Dan and I do the news most days.
All right. Let's see what's going on.
Give it a smell.
See, yeah,
Too much
Okay,
sugar?
you want to know what this
It's like
reminds me
Jell-O.
of?
college.
College.
Four Loko before it was taken off the market and fixed
Yeah.
and then brought back. There was one New Year's
Oh no.
where I woke up in somebody's bathtub.
I think I remember that story. You told us about that
I did.
one, right?
I did.
Yeah.
That was one of the.
This past New
my
Year's
better
was a lot of fun.
I don't even. Cheers.
One to the house.
All right.
There you go.
One to the house. All right. Very, very carbonated.
Ooh,
Yep.
it's like
Yep.
Hawaiian punch. You ever had Hawaiian punch?
Yeah,
The red
but
one?
like bad.
Yeah, it's like Hawaiian punch that went sour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not great.
No. All right. A little bit of Jose Cuervo. Feeling loose up here.
You had like 2 sips.
I know.
Do you guys have a go-to tequila?
I don't.
You don't?
Speaking of college stories, this is one that I have to
You
stay
remember
away from.
the tequila that I got you that one time, and it was the worst. It was so bad.
I do. It doesn't mean I didn't.
What is it, like a house one?
No, it was
Okay.
it was Tequila Thursday, which used to be something that was celebrated at our house.
Oh.
It's not anymore.
You got it though.
He caught it.
All right.
But it was like blueberry, and it
Ooh.
wasn't labeled as
No.
blueberry. That's just what it tasted
No,
like.
I can have it in the margarita,
This is
but that's
Jose
about it.
Cuervo Classic Margarita.
Sounds like
Are,
it.
are you supposed to blend this with ice?
It kind
I
of
feel like
seems
you
like
should.
it.
I feel like we should be.
At least it's cold.
Right.
Okay.
Woo.
I think it would be better blended with ice because
Yeah.
It's a little
It's got some.
You know, it's bland because of that strawberry stuff.
That tastes like it's just mixer.
Yeah.
Apparently my microphone died, so
Here.
Oh.
I'll just talk loud.
You guys can share one.
Oh wait, I have a battery.
We have a
right here.
battery.
Oh, we're fine. Yep.
Look at that.
But yeah, it's
There you go. I don't mind it though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I don't. No, this is ready to drink.
Yeah.
You're supposed to Just open this and drink it?
The flavor doesn't punch you in the face.
What's that?
The flavor, it doesn't punch you in the face.
No, and listen, I'm all about lime.
Maybe
love
I
that.
like it punching me in the face. That
Yeah?
just tastes like mixer to me.
Oh no, I
You're having a party.
All right,
I don't know. I would say, listen, the buzzball, the
all right.
15% might be fun, but that I think is the most
I
palatable.
think if you put it over ice, it would be different. For me,
Yeah.
at least for me.
Probably would be. Hey, stick around. When we come back, this morning's final thoughts. We got to finish these up.
Yeah, we're back after this.
Just buying the house for yourself, though.
Oh, time for our final thoughts.
On Arc Rochester.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. I feel like usually when we have a few sips on air, I feel a little goofier. But
Yeah, I feel nothing.
I think that was mostly
It's
sugar.
not hit
It was
me.
mostly
Yeah.
sugar, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
You know, I
It
think
was interesting, though.
we need to swing down to the liquor store, get
Uh-oh.
some tequila, and do it right.
I'm good.
Abby's saying Cinco de Drinko.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Every day, you know.
If it's a Monday.
It's a day that I
All right.
fly.
somewhere.
Who had what? Whose favorite is what today?
I like the pumpkin segment.
Pumpkin segment.
Because I'm looking forward to seeing what that could look like at the end on October 3rd, October 4th when they have the grand reveal. I think I have the perfect spot for one at the farm
Yeah.
in Batavia. South-facing slope, well-ventilated, old
Nice.
cow pasture. Old
Okay.
cow pasture. So it's
Yep.
got a little extra kick in the soil.
Sure does.
Yep. So we'll see.
Mark also liked that segment because he gets to hear himself talk.
Yes. Yep.
Nobody's interested in the
I
garden
love the
stuff.
Dachshund.
Oh, that was cute.
Maya.
That was
Yes,
cute.
Maya.
So
The
sweet.
Dachshund was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Rob, the guy that did the caricature,
Yeah,
That was
great.
really good.
Missed
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Take a look at
There it
and
is.
the fact
Here
that
we
he was
are.
able
He
to
drew.
do that while
So
talking.
fast.
I
and
know.
saying that.
I know.
Yeah.
We really,
That does it for us here on
Humbling.
Arc Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us tomorrow morning. And now it's sticking in.
Okay, 4:57, 13 Wham ABC. Steph and Mark will be there later today for 13 Wham News at midday.
Bye.
Needs a nap.